Shifting focus now to Australia, where millions on the east coast are bracing for their first tropical cyclone in more than 5 decades. The cyclone veering towards the densely populated coast has sparked emergency warnings, in fact. Tropical cyclone Alfred is predicted to strike the bustling Brisbane city on Friday morning. At least 20,000 homes in Brisbane city alone are at the risk of being inundated, and the Weather Office saying it is the first typhoon to hit the region in more than 50 years.
Prepare, take this seriously. This is a rare event. The governments across the board are taking this seriously, and Queenslanders as well as those on the north coast of New South Wales need to do so as well.
Storm warnings affected millions of people along more than 500 kilometers of the coastline in the states of Queensland and New South Wales amid warnings that the tropical cyclone Alfred could bring winds of up to 155 kilometers per hour.
Into the phase where it's hours rather than days, but you've still got time. You've got time to plan an evacuation route if you're in one of those zones. You've got time to clean up your home and make sure you've got the essentials if you're not in those areas.
Alfred is expected to land as a Category 2 storm. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology is saying that total rainfall from the event could be as much as 800 millimeters in some regions, which is more than the average total for the month of March, by the way. The feeling of having a good night's sleep, isn't that a highly sought after feeling these days? What if there was a short way to get better sleep? Now, it's not some new activity or mantra. The answer is weight training, also known as resistance training. Of course, achieving better sleep is a mission that a lot of people have in common. It is known that exercise tires us out in a good way. It's good for us. It's also good for our sleep. In fact, if you are struggling with insomnia, you could find this particularly useful. According to a study, exercise that strengthens muscles rather than aerobic or combination exercise is the most effective way to enhance your sleep quality. The study published in the journal BMJ Family Medicine and Community Health. What exactly did the study set out to do? To basically measure the impact of each type of exercise on sleep quality and identify the exercise that enhances sleep quality the most. And according to the authors, between 30% and 48% of seniors complain of sleepiness, while 12 to 20% have insomnia problems. That's a significant chunk. According to the study, sleeplessness has been linked to conditions including depression, anxiety. Also, the outcomes indicate that strengthening exercise is the most effective among others, followed by aerobic exercise and combination exercise. But all these types of exercise improve sleep quality. In fact, resistance exercise is known to have multiple benefits, like reducing your blood pressure, improving cholesterol, improving blood sugar as well, and reducing depression and anxiety, just to list out a few. Simply put, the takeaway is if you find yourself unable to sleep at night, if you're struggling, try lifting weights. And if you haven't already, try it. Also, if you want better sleep, which we all do. Also, there are some known ways to improve your sleep as well. In case you haven't tried these already or do not know about them, exercise, of course, is one of them. Also, putting away your devices, electronics, sticking with a schedule perhaps, and avoiding caffeine too close to when it's time to call it a day. Relaxation, light stretching, these can all go a long way. And you could also try consulting a doctor or an expert or getting expert help. A good night's sleep, after all, is a luxury, a necessary one. How do you feel about babies being grown in a bag? That's the word that's being used. We are talking about artificial wombs, where babies could possibly be grown outside of a mother's body for an entire duration of pregnancy. Reportedly, this is a concept opposed vehemently by most in the UK for reasons both ethical and the medical risks that this might entail. However, Gen Z under the age 25 seem to be gradually embracing it, as revealed by a new study. This comes as scientists push for permission to conduct human trials on whether developing fetuses can actually be supported outside of the mother's wombs. To gauge public reaction, the first large-scale survey has been carried out by Theos, a UK-based think tank, to test if this technology will be supported by the general public. And the reaction has been somewhat mixed, naturally. Out of 2,298 people asked whether they would support growing a fetus entirely outside of a woman's body, only 21% of the people supported it, while 52% opposed it. Among some of the other interesting findings is the fact that women were even less supportive than men. However, a welcome shift had been observed among the Gen Z, with a majority of them under 25 years of age seeming to be fairly open to the idea. But what exactly is an artificial womb? These are medical devices designed to give extremely premature infants a bit more time to develop in a womb-like environment before being born into the outside world. And these artificially made wombs have been tested with animals previously. However, experts suggest that animal models cannot fully predict how the technology will work for human beings, but if found successful in further trials, could prove to be a major lifeline in a way for premature infants who face a plethora of health issues lifelong. And this could also possibly save the baby from pregnancy-related complications and hence also prevent an early delivery in any case. However, such a technology comes with its own ethical challenges as well, such as babies transferred immediately to devices and separated from mothers right after birth, and a rise in early cesarean section, C-section, instead of a normal birth. Can scientists address these challenges in the future and offer Gen Z more progressive parenthood? Is that even the need of the hour? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.